Building relationships requires not only an investment of care, but of time. As a leader, it is vital to view your journey in the lives of your group as a marathon, not a sprint. For some leaders, the initial connection will develop within the first few months. But don't panic if you're not feeling an immediate link. For most, it takes time to build and grow healthy, mature relationships. We ask that you walk an entire season with your small group. For high school, that's 4 years. For middle school, 3 years. Don't get overwhelmed. Pace yourself by setting up realistic goals and expectations. You may have to take that long, bumpy route with the kid, but it's worth the wait. Like a scenic drive, oftentimes the most beautiful and invaluable experiences come unexpectedly. Remember, stop and celebrate the fun stuff. Make a big deal about important events and remain steadfast.
Hey guys, it's Hollywood here to talk with you today about the essential It's a Journey. For some of you, your journey of leading a small group is just beginning. For others of you, you've been doing this a little bit of time and maybe you're really happy with where you are along the road. And there still might be others of you who are wondering, are we there yet? Is this journey ever going to end? Well, regardless of where you stand on your journey, we all have one common destination, and that's to lead middle school students into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. So the question is, how do you get there? And once you're there, what do you do? So here are a few reminders when it comes to It's a Journey. Relax is not necessarily the first word that comes in mind when you think about leading a small group of middle school students. But that's exactly what we're asking you to do as you travel alongside your group in this journey of middle school. We're asking you to relax and remember that there are going to be seasons of highs and seasons of lows. And that there are going to be Sundays when you walk away feeling as if you got nothing accomplished, as if no one heard a word you said, and as if it was a big waste of time. But then there will be that moment, that second, when a student gets it and it clicks into place for them. And you'll look back on all those bad Sundays and they will seem negligible in light of the moment when your student gets it. So try to relax as you're traveling on this journey with your students. Another really important thing to keep in mind when you're talking about It's a Journey is that you need to plan your trip. Every effective road trip has an itinerary with different stops and turns along the way. So ask yourself, am I deliberately mapping out and charting out where I want my group to go and how I'm going to get them there? There are 2 things to keep in mind when you're doing this. One is that each student is unique, so they're going to have their own route, their own means of getting to this destination of a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. So it might take some patience, some grace, and some creativity on your part to steer those individuals in the right direction. The second thing to keep in mind is that it takes time. It takes time and patience. I don't know how many times I've been somewhere far away from home and thought, oh my goodness, what I would not give to just be transported back to my house. But unfortunately, we don't have that kind of technology, and the same stands true for your small group. You're going to have to do the work to get from where they are to where they want to be. But I can guarantee that when they're there, you're going to look back on your journey and like all really fun road trips and say, hey, everything that I went through to get here was so worth it. So you have to remain consistent and you have to remain safe for your students as you're planning your trip. Every journey has incalculable possibilities, and we don't expect you to just know how to get your students where they need to go. So what we ask you to do is to check your GPS. Rely on your guide, the one ultimate guide who will never fail us or steer us in the wrong direction, and that's your Heavenly Father. He is the reason why we serve these students, and it's only through him that we're going to be able to get them where they need to go. So make sure you're relying on him. Take the weight of knowing how to get them where they need to go off your shoulders and put it on the shoulders of the one who we're doing this for in the first place. The last thing we want to keep you in mind when it comes to It's a Journey is that your faith will be the fuel that will get you and your students from where you guys are to where you need to be. And it's our bet that your faith will grow and develop just as much, if not more than, your students. You're not only the navigator of this journey, but you're the passenger too. So remember to fill up first. That's another essential that we'll talk about later on this year.
Hey leaders, Al here. Holly just did a great job of explaining one of our 5 essentials called It's a Journey. So we wanted to follow that up with some challenges to you. So here we go. Hey 6th grade leaders, our challenge to you is this. Your groups start meeting on July 11th and you've got boot camp at the end of August. Plan an outing in between. That's it. Do something simple, sleepover, pool party, hang out in Xtreme and order pizza after. Just do something to get your guys or your girls together. And I'm telling you, it'll make your boot camp experience that much better. Hey 7th grade leaders, you've done a great job this first year of building relationships. So now our goal for you is to keep those things going. So get your calendars out, sit down with your co-leader and plan some outings. Mark them down on the calendar. It doesn't matter specifically what you're doing, just put the dates on the calendar. You got frequency coming up in October, walking wisely in February. Plan some stuff around it. 8th grade leaders, hey, your challenge is this. It's time to take it to the next level. This is the coup de grace of what you've been waiting for, your final year with your students. Between the leader and the student, or student, give some opportunities for those relationships to go deeper. Hey, as a dad, my son made some relationships his 8th grade year that carried him through high school, and he's still friends with them today. So that's what we want for your guys and your girls. So to recap, here it is. 6th grade leaders, plan an outing. 7th grade leaders, mark up your calendars, and 8th grade leaders, take it to the next level. That's it, guys. Have a great summer, and we'll see you in Xtreme.